Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So two of my happiest days in recent memory were in March of 2020 when we woke up to see markets had crashed. Silver had crashed to $12 an ounce, and I quickly went online to order some, and I quickly ran into a lot of bottlenecks. There was a lot of fraud going on. You got to understand, a lot of fraudsters look for opportunities just like that. And I had to confirm a number of things with the coin dealer I was working with. I was buying it off of U.S. Gold Bureau, and also when I called my bank to wire the money, the bank had to confirm a ton of stuff too. And I used to move around a lot. A lot of this stuff was stuffed in the trunk of my car. I had to go look for old tax returns, old utility bills, and fax them over to my bank and U.S. Gold Bureau. But the reason I was so committed to doing this was that as I was doing this, silver prices had already started to tick up, and I really didn't want the order to get canceled. And I spent the day running around looking for information. And even then, there was a lot of bottlenecks. There were a lot of shipping delays and all that. And also, when I called the bank, it was discovered that I have the bank account with. Um, they were having technical difficulties because they had an earthquake. I think they're based out of Utah, and they had an earth. I'll have to look up to see what was going on that day. But it was mid March of 2020. Finally, I get an email on April 1st, 2020, saying that a large package was waiting for me at my mailbox. I rented a mailbox over in Redmond, Washington, and I couldn't believe my eyes because the guy at U.S. Gold Bureau had informed me it could be months before they get to it. And the email arrived on April 1st, so I assumed it must be a prank. And I went to the mailbox, and sure enough, there was this beautiful, large, heavy package waiting for me. 1,000 ounces of silver. I still couldn't believe it. When I picked up the package, it was heavy, but I still couldn't believe it. I thought they had sent me something else as a prank, right? And I opened it. Sure enough, there it was, 1,000 ounces of silver, all mine, and I got it at such a good price. And that was a beautiful way to start a beautiful chapter in my life. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of tragedy during that time, but quarantine was one of the more beautiful chapters in my life for personal reasons. And then in 2022, I had just started my art career working with bismuth, and I had ordered 1,000 pounds of bismuth. It came in a large pallet, and so I was working at a very toxic job, and all I could think about was when the bismuth arrives, I can pour a lot of good stuff, take my mind off of the toxicity at work. And one day, I was at the tutoring center when I get a text message saying that my shipment had arrived at my doorstep. I was living sharing a house with others at the time. And I couldn't wait to get home to go to town with it. And I got home and I went to town with it. And those two memories stick. If I had to name the two best days of this decade well, not anymore because I have a girlfriend now, but up until a few weeks ago, those were the best 2 days of this past decade of the 2020s for me. And I hope to get another opportunity to buy the dip again on both of these metals. And I'm calling it Operation BS because bismuth and silver, and the fact that everybody chides me for doing it. But right now, Warren Buffett is stashing a lot of cash. He knows more than most of us. There's probably going to be another significant downturn. And usually at the beginning of it, when all the margin calls hit, people are rushing into cash. That's a good opportunity to buy metals. And I'm hoping to buy at least another 1,000 ounces of silver and a few more tons of bismuth. And I'm calling this Operation BS, the taking advantage of the next dip. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.